Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Zay and today I'm going to be making some book pouches for my sisters. So they mentioned a while ago that they saw these cute little fabric book pouches that I think Haley Pham made, but they sold out. So Eid's coming up and I thought, perfect, I can make them some cute little pouches. Last night I made myself a little prototype, this little guy here. Unfortunately, I got the measurements wrong and the little button here, I didn't put the button low enough, so it's a bit loose when you try and do that, but overall it turned out okay. It did turn out way smaller, so it can only fit a book that's about that thick. Originally I wanted this book to fit in so that, you know, whatever thick book they have, we all read a lot of fantasy and stuff, that it can fit inside. So I'm glad I made mine first, so I'm gonna make a little adjustments, but I think it turned out really cute. It's padded, it kind of looks like a little quilt. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how I do that. First things first, I have to cut fabric, which is a little hard because the longest ruler I have is a 30cm ruler, but we'll make it work. So last time I only made it 25cm wide. I might make it 35, just to have extra room for all the seams and everything. I completely forgot to add that in, which was very silly. The really nice thing about this fabric is it's got these lines, so it should make cutting a little smoother. Fingers crossed. And I'm just cutting an extra 6cm from the top, just because it was a little bit too long. Okay, I've got both of the front fabrics cut. So it's 79cm long and 35cm wide for both of those. And now I'm gonna cut the lining and the padding that's gonna go in between to make it nice and thick and feel like a little quilt. Is this the proper way to do this? No. Small table problems. And this is why you don't cut like that, because you can't really see what you're doing and you're gonna get weird jagged edges, but this is gonna be inside, so I'm just gonna pretend that I can't see that. Your eyes are closed too. My mum came to the rescue. She's got this, I don't know if it's called a square, but it's long enough for me to do what I need to do. And I'm gonna try doing it the proper way this time, because the last one came out really wonky, so I might have to cut another two. Okay, two pieces of lining are cut, and last thing I need to cut is the padding. The padding I got isn't super thick, so I'm doubling up for each one, so I'm gonna have to cut 4 pieces. All the parts are cut. Now comes maybe my least favorite part. I have to pin the padding to my good fabric. So I'm gonna put the right side of the fabric down and then pin the padding on the wrong side. All right, so this is the part that's gonna look like a quilt. I've pinned only 3 edges, so you're gonna leave one of the short edges unpinned on top, because right at the end I'm gonna hand stitch that together. it'll all make sense at the end. But yeah, just pin all the way along here, down here, and up the side. Hello, we're finally at the sewing machine part. What I'm gonna do, stitch all the way along the edges, leave maybe about 1 centimeter, go all the way down where you pinned, around the bottom, and up the side again. Remember, leave this top part open. That's been sewn together. Now I'm going to use these lines as a guide. I'm gonna sew across just to get that nice little quilting thing. Oh, the thread came out. Ooh, that didn't sound happy. Oh no. Got a little problem. The bobbin down here keeps getting caught. I'm not too sure why. I managed to fix the bobbin, but small problem. This kind of happened halfway along. So I'm gonna have to unpick all of this and then start from the top again, just because this is gonna come undone. It's not secure. And I want them to be, you know, good quality for my sisters. I don't want it to come apart. Oh, not again. Oh boy, that took a lot longer than I expected because the sewing machine kept mucking up with a little bobbin underneath. Anyway, I finished stitching the fronts of both, and now I've got to sew the lining to this, but it means I have to pin again, and I'm very tired today, so might pin it and then call it a day possibly. Like one of those fabric swatches. See, this one brings out the red in your face, and this one just you melt into it. So this is not your color. You are not summer. I am losing my mind. Very tired. That's your front. You've got the padding behind, and the lining is just gonna go on there like that. Pin and then sew. I don't know how, but somehow the pink lining ended up being a little bigger than this here. So I'm just gonna trim it so that it's all nice and even. Oh. Hello. And now comes one of my favorite parts. We get to flip it inside out. Reach down in here. And pull it out. Woohoo! Hello, it's a new day. The weather changed in Sydney, so it's very cold now. My pins were struggling to go through because it's very thick. So I used these little crocodile clips. What are these called? Handbag clips? I don't know. And now I'm gonna sew down here and down here. And I'm gonna do that for both of them. Oh boy. All right, it caught. Yay. Are you working? Oh no. Why? The thread came out. Oh, please stand by. We're having technical difficulties. Hello, please. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. God, why? I feel like I should clarify. I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time with a lot of things. I'm just winging it. You know, you just gotta pretend like you're okay and you'll figure things out. Anyway, it's enough yapping. Gotta try and get these seams ripped. Oh my god. The seams are ripped. Take 2. Please work. I swear to God. No, it's doing it again. Why? Can you see that? It's like skipping stitches and making these giant big ones. Starts out fine. And then it's like, you know what? I'm going to jump. Well, I'm gonna have to seam rip again. We have a new sewing machine. My mom has come to the rescue again. This is her good sewing machine. So fingers crossed we don't have any dramas and I don't have to beef with the machine again. This thing is solid. I just realized I don't have the presser foot for this. I need to go back to her house and get it. And we lost the thread straight away. Oh my god. And we try again. Super technical sewing materials, this. Beautiful. It's starting to look like a pouch now. So now we get to turn this inside out. Yes! Oh, I really hope this fits books and that my maths wasn't off. Hang on. It fits. This is the thickest, biggest fantasy book I own. Yay! My maths worked out. Second pouch is stitched and we get to flip it. When I get to flip it, I feel like it's actually coming together, but all the other in-between parts, I'm like, what is this? What am I even doing? Is this gonna work out? But once it's to this point, I'm like, yeah, it's a thing. Does this big book fit in? Easily. Now comes the tricky part. I've got to flip this inside like that. I don't really know how to explain it, but then the edges look nice. I need to somehow pin that, and then I'm gonna hand stitch all along there. And in the center here, I'm gonna put the elastic band. Love, if I hold this, can you hold that there, please? And just clip towards the edge. Yeah, thank you. Now for the challenging part, I've got to hand stitch all of this, but I have to remember to stop in the middle to put our little elastic, because this is gonna close with this, and then I'm gonna loop it around a little button that I've got to stitch onto the body of the bag. I've pinned the little elastic in place like this. I'm just gonna stitch it like I have been the whole time. There's no method to how I'm stitching this, so maybe look up a tutorial. Stitch across here, up here, up here, and then connect these little top bits. I got a bit ahead of myself the other night and I finished them both. So last I showed you I was gonna stitch up here and up the top, so that's how it looks. like that, and this little loop is done. And then what I did, I pretty much just held the loop down and stitched the button in the right spot. Pretty easy, self-explanatory. And it closes like that. They're nice and thick, so they kind of feel like a quilt. I'm so happy they're finally done. And I'll show you. They both, I got the measurements right, fit a super thick fantasy book. So I hope my sisters like them. Eid's in 3 days, so I'm gonna give it to them then. But yeah, if you watched all the way through, thank you so much, I appreciate you. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Maybe let me know in the comments what you think I should do next, or your favorite thing that you've made so far this year. And I will see you next time.